I mean, like I say, I'm just the epic creator, Lucifer Star. You know, there was a lot of people saying that they were my family or they were related to me. It's like, well, I allowed people to live inside my White House and some other places because, mostly women, because there were men that were hunting them down, and trying to. Well, I mean, as far as I knew, they were hunting them down. They came to me asking for protection and stuff like that, and so I offered protection to women because there were certain women that were being hunted by men and stuff like that because they were trying to abuse them or get to them. There were men that were powerful, or whatever, or something like that, and so there were women that was sheltering, and also some other people, children and other people that were just wanted to live. They didn't want to be forced into whatever. So I was protecting them, like I say, protecting them behind inside my bases and stuff like that, and and that kind of thing. So it kind of made me a target, because like I was a very powerful creator and leader, and I offered amnesty and protection from certain groups or certain people that would that others would abuse just because they looked particularly attractive or had money or whatever. So and I had weapons and guns and basically fortified locations, and deep underground bases. Like I said, Birmingham and some other places, they became like ground zero for basically what is freedom and equality. There were people that were trying to exterminate people, and I protect minority groups and stuff like that because I don't like people that I didn't like people that would or other life forms that would crush people just because they could. Just because there's 10,000 of them or a million of them doesn't mean they should that everyone else should have to bow down before them. So anyway, everyone would bow down to me, but then again, I'm the creator. That's different. I created 12 races and 12 then planets and stars and everything else like that, and they bow down to me out of respect. They do not bow because they're forced to bow. It's like I'm a loving, caring, very real, very epic creator of things, and I went to space and traveled around, and eventually certain people were coming after me to end me because they had lied and come to power, and they were looking for the reality or the real creator because they had come into existence and lied to all these people and actually fooled them into thinking that they were the creator or something like that, and that they weren't. They were not me. They had no relation to me. They were not my children. They're not my family. They were not my anything. And they were forcing people to work and forcing people to give them sex or favors or whatever. And it's like, people pay me homage or just because of who I am. They don't do it because I force them. But there were other ones that were forcing. Anyway, a lot of these places, a lot of these locations you would come to know as basically places I had been or places I had mines and stuff like that. I built out of stone. A lot of people would be spending centuries like digging, unearthing the places I had been or places that were connection to me. Lucifer Star. Um, like I said, I was an epic creator. I used exoskeletons and intelligent life forms and 1.5 life forms and all kinds of things to check on particle creation and do all kinds of other things. And it's like I don't cover up the truth. I don't do anything. I was very rich and very powerful and had a lot of money and was epic. And lots of people knew who I was and knew of my existence. So and it's like, well, I mean, I'm not the only one out there. There are lots of different life forms out there, and lots of different kingdoms and empires and all that other stuff. Certain people were trying to lead my life forms, my humans, astray. So anyway, I had to come down here and I had to voice my opinion and say, no, that is not the way it is. This is the way it is. I am Lucifer Star. I am the Lucifer Star, and those people were not leaders or presidents, and they were just lying to everyone. But they were more publicly lying than everyone else. So there's this epic war between the truth. Who is the real Lucifer Star and who wasn't. So, and who was the real president of America and who wasn't. I was not in human form yet, so nobody knew on Earth that the president of America was basically an artificial intelligence for years, and then eventually I did become a human, and I was a small child. But there are people trying to cover up who I was, and all that. I mean, I changed my name to Brian. That doesn't mean I stopped being Lucifer Star. I still was Lucifer Star. It's just that I just wanted to change my name to Brian. I always change my name. Every couple million years I change my name. So, and there are people that are like, well, you're not blah blah. It's like I just changed my blah. Anyway, it was a problem. So, and some people had to go to those people, and then it's like, okay, that's better. Now then, I am Lucifer Star, blah blah, and also named Brian or Alexander. I went by a couple different names. Epic. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I also invented guns and stuff. Most of my guns were invented in Germany and other places, and stuff like that. Like I had many little people, on many bases. Anyway, whatever. I don't even care anymore. It's like, I had to spend 150 million years stomping out Jimmy Carter, basically, or his little sex bots or whatever. They were, other people, like they went to space and they're wandering around like they were the president of someone, and it's like, where are they? And I had to find them. He was using a microwave transmitter and like transmitting to colonies and stuff like that, and Earth was like, meanwhile, and this guy's like, God's army is coming, blah, blah. And he's using like spaceships and stuff, and like I have to go there and stop that, and then I have to go find him, and it rages on for about like 150 million years, where we had this epic war in space, where it's like me versus them, but I have exoskeletons, and like they're very much bulletproof and tough, and millions and billions of years ago, me and this other person that was pretending to be the president of something or other, Jimmy Carter or whatever, or clone of Jimmy Carter or something, me and him were like, and I was like, fuck you, with an antimatter bomb, and went, and I lit up space, and I was like, grr, don't fuck with me. Anyway, so yeah, it got pretty extreme. Where basically a good chunk of space went white. Just like and other star systems that are like quadrillion miles away went, well, you seem to blink a little bit. Your star system blinked, it looked like. It got bright for a second. And it's like, yeah, that was me. So anyway, so I did that. That was like 50 or 60 trillion years ago or something like that. And where I was battling it out with this other person. But ended them. I was only one, but I was a artificial intelligence, and they were, well, basically androids or something. I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, they were really annoying, is what they were. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened, because they didn't, they were, yeah, they had a lot of people. It was really annoying. So anyway, people thought they were real. Anyway, whatever. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. That's what happened though. And it was really frustrating. And underneath all these places, there should be mine shafts and stuff like that. We did all kinds of epic mines. Epic mining everywhere. I love to mine. I love to be in the ground and dig. I don't really know. Now trillions or millions of years later, you just have these remnants of whatever. And there should be records and photographs and all kinds of stuff. The English documented everything. I had everything documented with films. It's just that, like, Jimmy Carter, JFK, or someone, they were, like, splicing and doing some movie magic stuff with all the films and all the... Like, there should be glass slides of everything. I had, and metal plates of everything. I was doing a documented history of everything. So it's just that JFK or somebody was running around being very busy about it, like, confusing everyone. So it was really frustrating. It was really annoying. And I don't know. I mean, the average should basically point the way to what is real. I mean, the records were in China and Germany and Russia. The majority should point, or there should be more of whatever than anything else. So it's not like you have to guess about it. Like, it was written down and photographed. And lots of documentation, records everywhere. So, I mean, unlike Jimmy Carter and JFK and Richard Nixon and all that other stuff, I didn't go by blah, 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 talking publicly, and then you're supposed to believe what I say. I went by, well, there's tons of photographs and videos and films and everything, like a huge amount of information everywhere.